Welcome to the channel. This is NAR Outdoors. My name is John, and as promised, this is my 2-week update, roughly, after I've been using the EDC25 flashlight. Now, for people who have seen my last video, we looked at the EDC27, which I've had for about 1.5 years now, and I really didn't like it. You'll see in the video I talk about mostly the usability of it. The tail switch for your turbo is too sensitive. It has a half switch, so press down halfway for a constant light, press down all the way for a strobe, and it's too hard, it's too sensitive, especially if you have any type of adrenaline going, to maintain that half switch versus the full switch. This goes back to what I think the intended use of these lights are supposed to be, which is they're kind of designed as a tactical light. So I definitely wouldn't be using this as a tactical light. And I actually wouldn't use this one either, but for a different reason. I still like this light a lot, so I am going to be incorporating this into my daily use, but it's going to be a car light for me. And I do want to give a little background on what all is going on with this. I still would not use this light as a tactical light. If I were still a police officer, I would not carry this as a police officer as what I'm going to use as my go-to light. The reason for this, it's based in our physiology. So if you're planning on using anything, really, if you're planning on doing anything that is going to put you in a potential lethal situation involving another person, you need to read Grossman's book on combat, because lethal threat encounters with humans elicits a different stress response than just about anything else. And one of the first things that goes in our stress response is our fine motor skills, our ability to tactically feel small objects and to manipulate things with fine motor. So if you're planning on using anything, life or death, I recommend you read this book. I recommend you do wind sprints for 5-10 minutes and then try to use your device. See if you can do it. So again, I do really like this. I think that the changes they've made are excellent. I really like that this button here is selectable. You can choose between strobe and monetary on. I hate strobe lights. I think they're stupid. So being able to just select that's fine. The problem I have with this for everyday carry, other than it's a little big, which you can get around, some people it doesn't matter, pocket sizes and all that stuff, is that, and this is something they could probably fix with like a software change, is that if for whatever reason you're grabbing this and you manage to hit both buttons, neither of them work. All right, and that's the problem with having both buttons here. If you're just hitting the button on the flat button, it's fine. If you're just hitting the top button, the power button, it's fine. But if you hit both, like you might accidentally do if someone is trying to hurt you, neither work. And that is a fatal flaw for this as a tactical flashlight. Compared to the Streamlight Wedge XT, this would be what I would want to carry if I were truly worried about this sort of thing. And I've moved my life and my lifestyle to where I'm not. But this, one button, mash it, it's on. That's it. One task, one button, that's all. So if you're going to be carrying something daily as a police officer, as someone who is potentially going to be in a lethal force threat encounter, I highly recommend this. Do not recommend this. But this is still an awesome light. It's going to have a place in my truck, in the center console, for looking out the windows, for doing tasks, things like that. Other big changes, and I think they changed that about the EDC27, is it does have a sensor on the front so that if you do have an accidental activation in your pocket, it dims down. Gotta have something kind of reflective. So you can kind of see it was bright and then dimmed down, which is kind of nice. It only works when it first turns on. So it's not a shine it at something. It's only when it first turns on. So I still do like this. 95% of people, this is going to be fine as an EDC, although it is kind of big. It's got a place in my truck. It's going to be in that center console. It's going to be great for searching for stuff in the woods or changing tires, whatnot. But daily carry, I'm still using my Streamlight Wedge XT. It's a better size for most pockets. It's got plenty of brightness, and it only has one switch. Only does one thing. So yeah, thanks for looking out. I will have links to these products below, as well as Lieutenant Grossman's book. Highly recommend you read that if this is something you're really interested in. Stay tuned. I do have some other flashlights I'm going to take a look at. I fear they're going to fall in the same trap as this one. So, till next time.